All right, guys, I'm here with Schyyler. You just competed for your first time on a bodybuilding stage.
Yes.
Right?
I did.
So, and you just did which show?
I just did the Battle of Texas.
Okay, right here in our own backyard. So we got Freddie's show, Battle of Texas. I heard it was an amazing show, so good job, Freddie. So it's an amazing NPC show, national qualifier. I believe there was over 700 competitors.
There was. Right? There was. I think they said like 760 plus competitors.
That's awesome. And let me ask you this: you have now the experienced getting on stage, on a bodybuilding stage for the first time, because before that you were doing what, powerlifting, right?
Yeah, I was doing powerlifting. I did a powerlifting meet last year, so stepped on platform. Now I stepped on a stage.
Yeah. So we met about a year and a half ago, and I saw you were doing powerlifting, and you said someday you think you want to compete. Does it live up to your hype, the hype of bodybuilding? Did you feel the energy?
I would say that it over exceeded the expectation that I genuinely had. Like powerlifting was fun, and it was a great time at everything, but I think just the experience of bodybuilding and being on the stage of bodybuilding exceeds it. It's undescribable.
It's really cool, right?
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it's like being it's almost like a contact high when you're up on that stage. And I tell people, you will never understand, because I can't explain it in words until you actually do it. And for those of you that don't remember, I used to compete as a natural bodybuilder back in my early, actually teenage years, all the way up into my mid-20s. So I blew out my knee, and then I went into coaching full time. Now I'm seeing guys like yourself, 23 years old, did classic physique, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you did classic physique, and I believe you got some good trophies, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, first ever show, first time stepping on stage. This was a stacked class for all of them.
Right.
True novice, out of 28 guys, I got first. In novice, there was 8 guys, I got second. And then in open, I got third out of 15 guys. So.
Yeah, so super stacked, and it makes you want more.
It does, yeah. It's just like a crazy experience, especially like first ever show, being at the first call outs for all of them. It was just like a moment of like, wow.
Yeah.
It's just, like you said, like you can't really describe the way it is unless you get up there and actually do it.
And this is why I recommend everybody competing at least one time. Whether you're a bodybuilder, whether you're doing men's physique, whether you're doing classic physique, whether you're a woman who's getting ready for bikini, wellness, whatever. The reason why it's so important you should compete at least one time is it teaches you a sort of discipline that nothing else can teach you. And that can be taken to every aspect of your life, to your personal life, your professional life, if you're in school, anything. It will really translate to being able to be a better version of yourself. So that's why it's so important that everybody should compete at least once in their life. So, and I was telling you that.
No, you hit the nail on the head with that one. I'm like way more disciplined, motivated, focused. Like I have a much deeper work ethic within myself that I've never seen before. And I would solely say it is because of prep. Like it teaches you stuff nothing else ever will.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people ask me, what's the main difference between powerlifting and bodybuilding? And I always tell them, look, I never coached powerlifters. I helped powerlifters with some recovery, with some diet advice for who had to put on some weight or had to cut weight. I would help them with that aspect of it, but not with training programs to make them stronger on their bench or their squat, none of that. I worked with NFL athletes, same thing, with their strength, with being able to bring them in either leaner or bigger because they were working on a particular position, and they said, hey, look, I need to put some size on. But when it comes to bodybuilding, it's so overwhelmingly just holistic, where you have to have the nutrition and training and cardio dialed in so well, and you have to be so disciplined. When you don't want to get up in the morning at 5 or 6 a.m. to do your cardio, you have to, because you're going to be up there in less than your underwear, and everyone's there to see you in person, and you have the internet who's going to turn around and take photos of you, and you don't want to turn around and embarrass yourself or embarrass your team.
Yeah, the real test is like when you hit peak week, like managing the water, the sodium, food, and everything. That's when it really is like, okay, like you got to do what you don't want to do just to get where you want to be. So, but yeah, peak week is like the real test.
Well, which is awesome because you just went through all of that, and now we talked this morning. You're planning already your next show sometime this next year. I know that we talked about your improvements. So why don't we do this? Why don't we go into the posing room, take a look, and then we can kind of break it down a little bit, and then maybe the guys can turn around and throw in some overlays of your pictures of your show, and then we can turn around and be able to compare them to what you look like now and what you need to work on.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah.
Let's go do this. All right, so my first question before you strip down all the way.
Okay.
What have you eaten since the show? Everything?
Yeah, pretty much everything.
How much weight have you gained?
I've not looked at it. I'm too scared to look at the scale.
Okay, so that's, again, don't make this mistake, guys. Make sure you track your weight. Just like when you're getting ready for a show, you want to track your weight after the show. One of the major mistakes that people make, especially their first time competing, is that they don't check their weight afterwards. You want to make sure you also don't have gigantic sodium binges, because what that can do is it can really inflate your blood pressure to a point where it could be very dangerous. So I saw the ankles a little bit. They just look a little swollen.
Yeah, a little bit.
These are the things that you got to be really careful of, because you're going from low carbs, a super perfect diet, lots of cardio, to now not so much cardio, a ton of water, a lot of sodium, a lot of fat, a lot of carbs, and so your body tends to absorb that like a dry sponge, and that can really beat up your body. So you got to really be careful to be able to make sure that you're maintaining a really good post-workout program. So keep your sodium under control. Watch the sushi, especially because sushi with all that soy sauce, a lot of that fried foods with tons of salt on them. What I normally recommend, I should say, is to be able to, when you're hitting burgers and fries, no salt on the fries. I just use ketchup on that side, so you're not going out of control on the sodium side. Also, making sure that you really be careful of the sushi. Like I said, the soy sauce is in the grams and grams and grams of sodium when you're turning around and you're dipping those fried rolls on the inside.
It adds up real quick.
Yeah, it adds up really quick. So, and again, a normal fluctuation is about 5 to maybe 12 or 15 pounds, depending on percentage of your body weight. The heavier you are, the more likely you're going to go to that 10 to 15 to 20 pound mark if you're like an open bodybuilder or a bigger guy. But if you're a woman and you're doing bikini and you're gaining 10 or 15 pounds, that is super dangerous.
And what, within the first week or?
Yeah, especially we're talking about the first week.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, again, I was so depleted after my last show that I gained 10 pounds in one day. And, but part of it was because I was so overly depleted. So I looked actually a bit better, but then I was like, okay, I got to stop all the Taco Bell. I do that Taco Bell and In-N-Out Burger for dessert. You know, there is no dessert at In-N-Out Burger. It was just more burgers.
There's just more burgers.
That's right. That's right. So just be careful of that. So if you're doing a show, don't go crazy. Plan out a cheat meal, even if it's every day, whether it's in the morning or in the evening time, and then try to break it up and keep cardio consistent. Watch your sodium levels and make sure you're still exercising and doing some light cardio just to keep everything moving. So let's go ahead and see what you look like. Let's see front relaxed. Let's see what that looks like. There you go. Good. Quarter turn. Squeeze that glute. Squeeze that glute. There you go. Arch your back a little bit more. This way. Get your chest up. Put more air into the chest a little bit. Yeah. There you go. Good. Core turn. Hamstrings and glutes. Okay, you see how you're tucking your butt in? You're creating wrinkles. Don't tuck it in. Try to just squeeze your glutes together, almost like if I put a piece of paper in between your butt cheeks, and you're trying to hold it there. Okay? Because when you tuck it in this way, what's happening is you're getting, your glutes are starting to create wrinkles.
Okay.
So just keep them out and then squeeze. Let's go that way. Okay, hamstrings. There you go. Bend your knees more. Like that. Good. There you go. Good. That's better. And you're leaning back too much. There you go. Arch your back. Better. Good. Let me see your back double bicep. Peek your calf. Yeah. Good. Go up on your toe more. On your lip. Your back foot. Go up. There you go. Good. Up. Keep it like that. Higher. On that peak. That's it. You're leaning back way too much.
Okay.
Like here. And now. Go ahead. Squeeze. Now come down a little bit. Back just a tiny bit, right there. Better. Now turn your wrists back and peek your biceps. Don't bring your forearm too close to your biceps. You want to widen the gap there. Now turn your wrists like that. Hold it back. Hold it. That's how you hold it. See the difference? Good. Turn around. Good. Let me see your front double bicep. Squeeze your legs. making the same mistake. Remember I said, don't get your forearms pushed to your biceps, and then what you're doing is you're not supinating your wrist.
Okay.
You gotta bend your wrist like that. Good, like that. Like that. Yeah, next time come in and see me before the show.
I tried. You were in a different country.
I was in Dubai. You gotta come to Dubai.
And I'm on the flight over.
20-hour flight. Okay, go again. Set the legs first, and then push. Push those legs out. Good. Good legs. Good. Don't bring your forearms too close to your biceps. Like that, and then turn those wrists. Okay? The more you learn to supinate your wrists, the more your arms are going to grow too in your off season. Like that. That's how you. Good. Good. Nice taper to those lats, going down to his waist. Good legs. Good. Awesome. Go into a side chest.
I got sweat marks from my feet over here.
There you go. So your feet are holding water. Okay.
Oh, that sodium's coming
Yeah.
out.
Put some weight on the quad and on the glute. Now squeeze the glute. Like that. There you go. Push the leg one against the other, and it'll make that hamstring drop. Like that. There you go. Good. Okay, now do it again. You see how you're crunching like this? Don't do that. You're making yourself look small.
Right.
Put all the air into your chest. Go big. Go big. Like that. Now go ahead. Clasp. Like, stay big like that. Like that. There you go. There you go. Stay big. See the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah. See how much bigger and wider you look? Because otherwise you think you're squeezing and you're showing more detail, but all you're doing is you're collapsing yourself and you're making yourself look too small.
Okay.
So get your chest up, get wide, and twist.
I noticed that the chest pops more.
Yes.
Having it up here rather than
Yeah.
trying to scoop under.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Go again.
more weight.
There you go. Squeeze it there. Good. Good. Now twist like that. Twist without squeezing down. Good. Yeah, keep that shoulder up. Good. So you're seeing the definition of the chest. You're seeing thickness through here. You're seeing shoulder thickness. And then if you want to open up, like all my guys like to open up and show their intercostals, then you can open up like this, but you would want to move this hand so you can see that. Squeeze like through there. There you go. So you'll obviously, as you dry out when you do your next show, you'll do that, but you want to twist your upper body a little bit more. Just don't hide it. Stay here. So you want to show this. There you go. Good.
I like how that looks.
Yeah. Yeah, so you end up doing two poses in one. You're doing your side chest, and then you're kind of opening up and showing your intercostals. You see Hany doing that, and you see Derek now doing it, but Hady's very, very, he used to do that, Jay, Phil.
Mm-hmm.
When they're in shape and they're really tight to the waist, they'll turn sideways and show off intercostals.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, so go ahead and go back to the front again, and just let me see the most muscular. Whatever your classic, what was your classic physique of your choice, pose of your choice? What was it?
At a front line, then I did Arnold.
Okay, let me see your front lat. Let me see what it looks like. There you go. Good. You see how you're bringing your shoulders too far forward?
Mm-hmm.
Keep your elbows and shoulders back a little bit. There you go. Because what you're doing is, it's a very big common mistake, is when you over-rotate your shoulders forward, it makes you get narrow again. So stay wide, keep your chest up, stay wide. When you're doing this, what it does is it brings you back in. Keep your chest up and keep your shoulders wide.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so whenever you did that,
Yeah.
the chest like collapses
Mm-hmm.
in.
Yep, you don't want that. Go again. Good. Shoulders up a little higher. Like that. Yeah, there you go. See how much more definition you have through here? That's perfect. Good. 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 Do a hand on hip. Let me see whatever most muscular that you would normally do. Did you ever do that, or did you do a most muscular crab? Try to do a crab. Let's see what it looks like.
Never done a crab.
There you go. Go ahead. Good. Good. It's a good start. If you've never done one before, that's good.
Yeah, first time.
First time. Good. No, you look great, man. I think the biggest thing is just overall putting on more size, because you probably have some room on your weight cap, right? How much room do you have?
The weight cap on open is 217. Now it's 206.
Yeah, so you got plenty of time, size to be able to put on. So right now, staying in shape. This is the first time you've ever gotten to this kind of shape.
Yeah.
And now it's a matter of keeping it so you're not going to get so heavy as you did before, because you don't want to try to burn off all of that muscle while you're trying to get lean. you want to try to stay somewhat in condition. So clean bulk, don't go crazy, don't take too long between shows, so that way you're going to get that deep intermuscular fat out, and you're going to continue to get even better conditioning, so then better separation for the next show. But you got a great frame, you got good shape, all you got to do is just keep adding to it, man. So,
especially with like my hamstrings and arms. I feel like those are probably my biggest lacking parts.
Yeah,
but
you can add more in the chest, you can
yeah.
add more in the back. There's a lot of areas you can add more, but you got over 10 pounds you can put on in your class, so you got plenty of room for it.
So like 9-ish months, you'd say, back up on stage.
Yeah, I would say around this time next year, you know, or maybe a little sooner. Get back on stage and put on a good 5 to 6 pounds, and just, who knows, you might be able to put on a little more, you might be putting on a little bit less. Just go after quality, and then just make sure you work on your body parts.
Okay.
You know, more volume through the arms. Your arms can definitely handle more volume. And I think part of it is because just from me watching you, you're not supinating your wrist. If you can really learn how to supinate your wrist, turn that wrist out, as you're doing curls, your arm's gonna get bigger.
Okay.
It's gonna make a big difference.
I'll focus a lot more on that.
FSC7 on arms, man. You do this FSC7.
Yeah, the FSC7 trainings. I think you had me do it once at AR like a year ago or something like that. It killed me. It was like one set too. I was done for.
Yeah, so you definitely utilizing that for your chest, for your arms, you're going to see a big difference.
Okay.
You know, get some really good contractions, a lot of rows for your back, pull-ups, and a lot of one-arm dumbbell rows. You know, how was the Panada machines?
Oh, insane. They're so smooth. There's nothing else like them.
Yeah, they feel really, really good. Great biomechanics. So I'm looking forward to, when are you going to come back out?
I don't know.
You got to put some time together, man.
I know.
At the beginning of the year.
I'll gladly come back out.
Yeah.
I love it out here in the gym and everything too. He asked, he was like, how's this compared to any other gym? I was like, you can't even compare this to another gym. Like it's a different playing field.
Yeah. Well, what's great is the fact that you got your bodybuilding hat on, because when I was talking to you originally, you were kind of skeptical about whether you're going to like bodybuilding.
I was like so powerlifting focused,
Yeah.
but I was just like, I don't know, maybe I'll try it out. And I was like, I don't know if I'm really going to enjoy it or how it'll go, but even like you being like, step up on stage in 9 months, I'm like, you know what, I'm happy to. Like prep was a process and a journey, and it built me a lot. Like I loved it. I would gladly do it again. Stepping on stage the first time was like a surreal experience where I was like, I want to do this again. I fell in love with it like that.
Yeah, it's very addictive.
It is.
Like the good kind of drugs, not the bad kind.
I would say the first 2 times I went up on stage, I like blacked out. I stepped off and I was like, did I hit the pose at all? I was like, did I even go up there? I was like, just like the nerves, and it calms down, but it's a lot of fun.
It is. And then throwing in the competitiveness of being able to battle it out. Did you know anybody in your class at all?
Not personally, but I knew of them just from like social media and stuff.
Okay.
But
Well, I'll definitely make sure I'm going to give a story out there. For those that do follow me from way back in the day, I competed against you. From the same gym, I had some people, and we were placing bets against me and for me versus my crew versus one of the other trainers at, it was a Gold's Gym back in Santa Barbara. And you know who you are, and I whooped your ass.
the pressure on you.
Yeah, but it was good because the pressure is amazing because you get the chance to be able to really step it up. But we had a really good time.
Hey, I saw your stage shots.
Yeah. I took second out of my, I think there was like 14 or 15 guys in my class. So the Ironman Naturally, NPC Ironman Naturally in LA. And but the guy I was going up against, I think ended up in like the second or third call out. And but it was one of those things where people were like, "Oh, he's going to beat you. We're backing him." And there was bets going on, and then my workout partners were like, "No, we're going to bet against you." And we got our money on Hany, and so it was good because it just drove you even more. Mm-hmm. That competitiveness was just like next level when you have people in the gym that are competing against you in your class. So it was a really good time. But definitely want to get you back out here. Get you out here probably, I would say, beginning of January would be a great time. And we'll be able to get a workout together this time. You know, so guys, just make sure you get your butt on that stage at least once. Go ahead and go to the NPC site, pick a show, get in. You'll never ever going to have the most ideal time. Just pick one and get your lazy ass up out of bed, do the cardio, do the diet, and get on stage, because you will be thanking me later. It's gonna make you into such a better human being and the best version of yourself. So again, Hany Rambod, we got Schyyler, Mr. Actually, what's the title now? You got the chance to win your class. What did they call it?
I don't know. Did they call it anything? No, they didn't call it anything.
We'll come up with something. But anyway,
we'll come up with something.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, and check out his page for more information on what he's doing. He's got all, we're going to go ahead and put all his social media on the bottom of this, post. And thank you all for following our journey.